All right, today I want to present a case study that I did here in Chicago. My goal with this video is to help both contractors and consumers alike see if you guys can get something out of it. The case study was done over a few weeks this January. Basically, we live in an apartment complex, a condo complex with multiple units, and our garage was in dire need of repair. Now, even though I own a roofing company, I didn't want to be involved and I didn't want anyone to think I was biased somehow. So we decided to get independent companies to come out and give us quotes. I kind of took control of it to get guys out to see what kind of quotes we could get. We started with Yelp. Yelp is really big in Chicago. Love it or hate it. It's a really good source for consumers here to find good contractors. I love data, so I started right away collecting all the data that I got from the contractors. Most people call 3 or 4. My goal was to call 20. A little bit aggressive, I know. By the time I got to 14, I was done, and just too many people to come out. So 14 is a good case study. I kept track of how many how many rings it took before they answered the phone, when they came out, how long they gave the proposal back. A ton of data. I'm kind of a nerd with Excel spreadsheets, but what I want to share with you today is just the pricing they gave, what the scope was, how each guy priced it, and some of the interactions I had. Hopefully contractors and consumers both can find a little bit of value in it. So let's dig into it. Here we go.
All right, so here's a quick outline. Again, roofer case study. We contacted 14 of the best ranked roofing contractors on Yelp. The keyword we used was Chicago Roofing Contractor. We typed that in Google. The first organic listing that came up was for Yelp. Pretty much all the guys, we requested the same thing. Proposal for a full replacement, approximately 400 square feet, which equals 4 square of a garage roof. Everyone quoted modified bitumen replacement. We also needed approximately 19 linear feet of 5-inch gutter and a 9-foot downspout. So that was included in the quote as well. Again, all the contractors kind of submitted the same thing. We needed to tear off some of the old and replace some rotted wood. The rotted wood, it ended up being about 40 square feet. One thing I do want to quickly jump over to is the amount of roofing contractors that were on Yelp. There was 202 roofing contractors in the Yelp study. All right, so let's dig into some of the numbers. Here's 1 through 14. I didn't want to put any of the names out. The rankings have changed. It's been a few months since I actually had everyone come out. The ranking have changed quite a bit, surprisingly. So one interesting fact was the top 5 guys, only one of them ended up showing up. You can kind of see here, number 1, never called back. I was surprised the number 1 ranking guy on Google, no call, no show, nothing. Number 2, we emailed back a few times, really had great reviews. I feel like he just didn't want to come down and do the work. So I kind of gave up on him. Number 3, got back to me right away, did not want to work in the city. That's understandable. A lot of guys just turn city work down. It's kind of a pain in the butt to park and get in here, and I don't blame him completely. Number 4 was a great guy. He had no website. You can see here highlighted in red, 3 of them did not have websites. We can get into that a little bit later. And again, number 5, he scheduled an appointment that never called back. 6 through 10, you can see all provided pricings, all decent guys. Number 7 was great. He had no website, but he really seemed like a good guy. He was all the way up at $8,500. And then if you take a look at number 10, he was probably the best interaction I had the whole of everyone. And then his price came back at $9,500. Number 11, no return call, no website. Number 12 was a great guy. Number 13, again, no return call. Number 14 was a large company here in Chicago, one of the larger roofing contractors. The guy who came out was average, not too bad. They sent a really professional proposal. So that's 1 through 14. Wanted to give you just a quick breakdown there of what I had going. All right, here's some of the numbers. You can see here the highest price was $9,500. We came in the lowest price around $3,120. I was really surprised at the large discrepancy. $6,380 was the variance. Huge number. The average was $5,572. We ended up using someone right around that price. You can see average Yelp ranking 4.43 stars, and the average number of Yelp reviews was 32. If you look at the Google rankings, I pulled up the Google rankings for the same company. It only averaged 2.68 stars with 11 Google reviews. It's interesting. I'm not sure why the discrepancy, but maybe that's a study for another day. So to wrap this page up, the number of companies we called again is 14. You can see that we only actually had 8 guys come out, received 8 proposals. That gives us right around 57% kind of a return rate. That's not too bad, I feel like, for the middle of winter. I think if you did this study in July or August, I think it would be a lot different. But having 57% of the guys show up and actually give a proposal was not too bad, I thought. All right, so let's start over. Let's start with the final sheet here. What did we learn here in this study? Where did this take us? So to summarize, we got a quote for 400 square feet of a torch down and modified by two-man roof, about around 4 square. We had 19 linear feet of 5-inch gutter, and we had a downspout. So all the contractors quoted really close to the same material, same time frame to complete it, but a huge range of prices. Thought that was interesting. 20% of the contractors we looked up on Yelp did not have a website. If they can make money on Yelp without having a website, more power to them. I feel like in today's times it's pretty easy to have a website, but maybe that's just me. As you can see, and we discussed, there's a huge range in price, $3,120 to $9,500. I think homeowners just need to do their homework on it, and I think this would also be interesting for contractors. Contractors are always wondering what other guys price it at. Well, here's an example of at least eight guys and what they've priced it. You can see there's a huge range. Some of the general feedback, I thought the overall phone skills for whoever picked up the phone on the other end was pretty good. It was usually 2 or 3 rings and they answered. Overall presentation when the guys came out was average. Some were pretty good. Some were just okay. One guy actually came out in house slippers, even though there was a couple inches of snow on the ground. So all in all, there were some really good roofers that came out. A nice group of guys, and I think there's some great competition in Chicago.
So that wraps up the case study. I hope everyone learned a little bit. I know I did. It was fun putting it together, fun interacting with everyone. We did eventually go with a contractor, so I wasn't wasting anyone's time. Hopefully everyone can find a little bit of value in this. There's a lot more data I'd like to share in the future, especially with contractors. I got some good proposals, but according to Illinois law, there's a lot of things on the proposal that were missing. I think some of the interactions could have been better. I'm not trying to call anyone out. I don't want to bash contractors, but if I can help 1 or 2 contractors even get their contract right, their proposal, and give some tips, then I think that would be great value. I'd love to do that. So thanks for watching this. I'm going to make some more videos about the other interactions and plenty of other videos about roofing in general in Chicago and around the U.S. Thanks for watching.